You say that you have a tendency to be self-destructive.
Yeah, and I have outbursts.
You were saying how some of the causes, it can be very hard to diagnose because you can't get just like this brain scan that whatever, like you can't just like it can't light up in your brain to say, oh, she has bipolar. It could be misleading because it could be just you hitting puberty and becoming a teenager and having just the normal symptoms, except until you have extreme behavior, which you told me you punched a glass door.
Yes.
Okay. So symptoms include tendency to be self-destructive, you overspend, and you get depressed for no reason. Correct? So what kind of medications do you take?
I was on Abilify and Lamictal.
Continue.
The problem with Abilify is it can cause weight gain. It actually, there's a lot of side effects down the road. My parents were worried about diabetes, so that's why I got off it. But Lamictal has less side effects, supposedly. But you have to start on a really low dose and then slowly work your way up. And I was on the highest dose possible.
So, which bipolar do you have? Bipolar 1 or bipolar 2?
I think it's my psychiatrist said it's bipolar 1.
So bipolar 1 is more, isn't that more manic?
But that's what I said.
So on a scale from manic to depressive, where are you?
Well, the thing is, there's episodes. You can have, you can be depressed for a really long time, then all of a sudden you can get in a manic phase. And, or mania can also be shown through anger.
How do you kind of deal with it at this point in your life as a 17-year-old teenager?
For the longest time I didn't deal with it at all. But I want to get in control of myself and my life. And I'm still on the road to recovery, and I know I will be for a really long time. But the most important thing is to have a good support system and to have people who understand. And because what's really hard about bipolar disorder is that it's very stigmatized. People can be very judgmental.
So do you have anything else you want people to know about bipolar disorder, or just in general, like facts or your opinion of it?
Bipolar disorder is a prevalent and widespread issue in this current society, and 1 out of 4 people actually have it. And if this issue isn't faced and something isn't done about it now, then that number can increase. It isn't fair how you have people that, broke their arm or have some physical ailment, but then when it has to do with the matters of the brain, it's just unfair, because there's so many words people use, like crazy, nut job, like that's what we're called, and maybe it's partially true, I'm not saying, but there's not a lot of things being done about it. Like you hear on the news about stories of shooters And no one stops to think that, you know what, if that person had gotten help sooner, maybe that wouldn't have happened. I feel like it's actually proven that the sooner you get help, the more it can be done. But there's a lot of individuals that don't get diagnosed until they're in their 40s, because bipolar disorder can come out by a traumatic event. That's how it's caused, and that can be a divorce, death. People become their symptoms. For example, someone that has a drug abuse problem or is an alcoholic, those can be underlying symptoms to a bigger problem like bipolar disorder.